Hello, this is Lucas from CourseCareers, the data analytics instructor here, and I am here with Brian, who recently landed a position. Brian, you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Brian Boyd, and I just recently got a position at Christian Healthcare Ministries. And before this, I was a peer supporter. And how I even got into data analytics was because we were a very small organization, this recovery community organization that I was a part of. I was the first employee at this organization,
Hmm.
which was crazy. And so I had to wear many hats, so I did fundraising, I did um, graphic design, I did social media, I did a lot of different things. And one thing that I had to jump into was data analytics, something that I didn't know anything about, but I kind of tried to school myself and came across CourseCareers and I said, you know what, this may help me out. And I liked it so much. I said, you know what, I should be doing this full time. So, hey, here I am.
Hmm. Hmm. And so did you tell me just a little bit more about your educational background? Did you have and professional background? Did you have a degree? Yeah, kind of what was your career before the recovery?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't have a career. Really, I did a lot of different things, a lot of different factory jobs, did a little bit of construction, a little bit of bricklaying, and just a lot of bunch of stuff that you just really didn't want to be in. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with myself. And so I just tried a lot of different things. And I had the heart to really help people.
Mhm.
And the reason for me switching careers into data analytics was just because of the time. Um, I went to work at 11 a.m. and then get off till 7. I wanted to work a little earlier because I always got up a little earlier. So it was a lot of different events, a lot of different small things that made me change and move into data analytics.
Nice, nice. And did you have any college?
No college. A semester
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
was 18.
Yeah.
Nothing,
Not for
nothing
you.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. And so next question. So how did you find out about CourseCareers? What was the process? Was it like you kind of got interested in data and then you looked around and found CourseCareers after that? You were doing some data in your current role, and then you sort of got interested and then you kind of looked around and found CourseCareers?
Yeah. So in the middle of me trying to look up different things in my role as a peer supporter and part-time data analyst, I just was looking for a little bit more help. And then I came across CourseCareers.
Hmm.
And then I said, it's a lot of different um, things out here that try to get you reeled in, that try to take your money. But I really dug deep and I tried to find hard, really tried to find someone that would talk bad about CourseCareers, and I couldn't find it. So I said, you know what? This is I guess this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
So, I definitely took a chance at it.
Yeah. And then how long did it take you to go through the course and kind of what was your experience with that?
So it took a little longer than I thought, but it was because of me, because like I said, the time, my job and things like that. And because I could either start work at 11 o'clock and get off at 7 or get off at 8, or I could start at 12 or I could start at 10. So I was really kind of bouncing around all over the
Yeah.
place. But it took me about 3 months. Let me see. So I started at the end of January, a little over 3 months. I started at the end of January and I finished at the beginning of June
Mhm.
and put in a bunch of applications and things like that. And I landed my spot in June and August.
Okay, so
Yeah.
basically like from starting to landing a job was 8 months. And was the job you landed, was it also in kind of ministry? And how did like the combination of like CourseCareers and also having experience having data analyst be one of your kind of hats that you were wearing at your current role before you got the title of data analyst, right? So how'd that kind of go down?
Yeah, so it was crazy. I'll tell you this on my resume. I put that, I was a data analyst because that's what I did, even though that wasn't my official role.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was forced into it.
Yeah.
So whether I knew what I was doing or not. So I'll tell you this, I really helped a lot in the organization because it was a nonprofit and we operated off of grants.
Mm-hmm.
And without me doing the data, getting the numbers, and handing them off to the grant writer, really nothing would be possible. So I thought, you know what? I guess I really am doing something. I'm helping out.
Yeah.
So I'm a little important, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I mean, I see some people out there who are trying to land jobs and they call themselves aspiring data analysts. And I'm always like, no, 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 no. If you're using data, you're a data analyst. Like, don't undersell yourself, right? And so,
Hmm.
like you say, you're using data to add value to your organization, right?
Hmm.
That's a data analyst, right? And so you could kind of claim that without actually having that be your title. You do that in a way that's honest, but that doesn't undersell yourself in what you've done. So that's really
Yeah.
cool. And so you did the course, and you kind of improved your resume. Like, how did the application process and interview process work? Did you work with a coach at all?
So I did work with one coach. I wish I can't even call his name right now, but a coach of CourseCareers.
Mm,
And um, I did the coach. He taught me a little something,
mm,
which helped me out a little bit. And then I went through the process as far as filling out applications. At the end of the program, you had the Hunter, you had the Apollo. I applied all of those things. They told me, Course Careers told me to friend people on in not Indeed,
yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yep.
I'm sorry,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. And I was basically, without being a creep, stalking people from the organization. So once I found out so right now, I don't know if you want me to say this, but I'm at a Christian Healthcare Ministries. So when I found out what they were all about, I just wanted to be a part of the organization. So I said, you know what? This is a great place. I would scrub toilets just to get my foot in here. So I sent messages to HR, to the different team leads, different people in organizations, and they got right back with me. A lot of people responded to me, said, "Hey, man, you know what? This is a great place to be."
Hmm.
Um, and it was kind of like a fast response, and it probably was like a 3 week process.
Hmm.
We were just going back and forth, going back and forth. They would send me little tests. They would send me questionnaires about, whatever. And when I had the interview, I took an Excel test, and I just learned so much from Excel in the Course Careers course. It was like, oh, this is what they want. Oh, I got it. VLOOKUP, all this, I got it. So
Nice.
it was definitely a great thing. And VLOOKUP, even though I was doing data analytics at my prior job, I never used VLOOKUP
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So now I could use this. I'm like, oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
definitely scored the position.
Okay, and so you managed to basically realize, okay, I want to do something like I'm doing recovery. I want to kind of continue in this, like in doing kind of God's work in my work type of thing. So that's going to be my focus. Found that
Mhm.
organization, then you're, being proactive about messaging people, not just sending in your resume, but reaching out and connecting, right? And end up landing a job. Was that the first one you went through the process? You were like, this is the organization for me, and you didn't kind of work any others, or were there some others you applied to?
There were some others. If I had to say, if I maybe sent my resume to 15 different organizations, Christian Healthcare Ministries was the last one, and then that's the last one I kept pursuing.
Uh-huh.
Once
Uh-huh.
I found them, I stayed on them.
Right, right, right. You applied to other places, but you didn't follow up with the same degree because you weren't as interested in those organizations.
Yeah.
Right, right, right.
Yes.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And then yes. So tell me about, you say you love the organization, but what, tell me more about the job. Is it in person, remote? I guess it's more standard hours than you were doing, but what's it like now?
So let me see. Today was the start of my 5th week. So right now they're going through a lot of different changes. They've been implementing a lot of different things. So as far as the payment systems, uh, they've been having some small challenges,
Yeah.
with, converting. Um, I so right now I update dashboards. So I'm a part of a team called member support.
Mhm.
So I'm the member support data specialist. So I'm in between member support, which member support, they typically answer phones.
Right.
So I'm in between member support and IT. So I don't answer phones, but I deal with the data member support because they get incentives. And so I'll deal with incentives. I'll, track different things. I update a
Sure.
dashboard every day. I go around to different teams. So we have a needs team, we have a general call team, we have a retention team, have quality control, and I go around to the different leads and I ask them, how can I make things better? You know,
Mhm.
and I've been able to help a lot. A lot of the leads didn't even know how to just do simple calculations in Excel.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
I've been able to help like as soon as I came in there. So
Nice, nice. Congratulations.
pretty good.
That's awesome. Making a difference from, I mean, I feel like when I started my job, it took me a few weeks just to like get access to the system. So if you're 5 weeks in, you're already teaching the lead stuff, that's terrific.
Mhm.
Yeah, so just I guess maybe kind of close it out. Actually, one more thing. So just talk about like current pay range, and benefits if there are any. Is it remote, in person? Just a little bit more about that.
So once I really get in the rhythm of learning what I'm actually supposed to do.
Hmm.
So right now, um, what I do is update the team lead dashboards, send the vice president reports there. I'm getting into, they have a prayer, like a prayer call system in place because like I say, before healthcare, it's
Right.
it's a ministry,
Yeah.
basically like a church. Then will, help individuals with healthcare
Right.
issues. Um, so right now, um, I'm starting off at, 41,000 a year,
Yep.
but with great potential to grow because I've spoken to everyone in there and they told me, oh, well, I started here 3 years ago and I'm right here. And
Mm.
I thought to myself, well, that's pretty fast. That's a, that's a big leap.
Yeah.
Benefits, completely free healthcare. They don't take anything out of your check. Um, FSA, HRA, um, retirement,
Nice.
403B. They feed you daily. I don't even really have to buy groceries for real because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Nice.
eat so much there. Uh,
Uh, and it's okay. So it's in person like 5 days a week.
yeah, and so, oh, I'm sorry. And then once I really get my role intact, we already have it in play for me to work remotely Mondays and Fridays.
Nice. Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's good to be in the office to start out full time because you're going to be running around
Mhm.
asking people stuff and whatever. So you get that like visibility and then you kind of back off a little bit and get a little more flexibility. So awesome.
Mhm.
Um, that's great. I'd love to, yeah, check in again in like a year, see where you're at with, the organization, everything.
Okay.
So yeah, but I guess to close this out, can you just give advice to people who are thinking about course careers, thinking about data analytics, yeah, people in your spot as of I guess the beginning of 2025 when you were just kind of thinking about it.
So what I can tell individuals is that throw those applications in, but still try to align yourself with the company. Like, do you want to be a part of a circus? You want to do, or you want to be a part of ministry? You want to be a part of entertainment? You want to be a part of this? And in my life, um, the RCO that I was a part of, it was founded on faith. I had just started going to church, and then I seen this come about. And I said, you know what? This is where I need to be.
Yep.
And when I finally found this place, and started working, I said, I believe I made the right choice. God sent me in the right direction.
Awesome.
And I just wasn't chasing the money. I'm not into instant gratification.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm willing to work, and I'm a hard worker. But to each his own. If you're
yeah,
running for the money, can do it, and maybe short lived, may not be happy, but hey, I'm happy. I'm I'm willing to work, and I'm just happy. You
yep,
know.
yep. Yeah, I mean, I know another course career student who was really focused on aeronautics. That was her love, and she found a
Okay.
data analytics position doing like for an aeronautics organization. So
Mhm.
there's different things, and I'm just really happy to hear that you've found work in an organization that has both meaning and also growth potential for you, so that you can take care of your needs as well as helping others with their healthcare and including them in the ministry. So yeah, keep on building up God's kingdom, and yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time, sharing your story, and hopefully it'll inspire other people to put in the effort to switch, to improve themselves so that they can do something that they like and that makes the world a better place. Yeah,
Definitely.
congratulations, Brian.
All right. Thank you, Lucas.
All right,
Appreciate you.
yeah, have a good night.
All right. You too.